I'm Basia Alexander. I know that you may be feeling a bit separate or isolated these days. You probably want to feel more connected with nature than you might already feel, but you think it takes a lot of time or effort. And I know you don't have a lot of time right now, so I'll make this short and sweet. I'll tell you about the 3 quick and easy ways that we recommend here at partnerwithnature.org to overcome feeling separate from nature. And I'll also tell you about the 3 short guided visualization exercises that are free with this video. Now, on to the 3 ways to overcome feeling separate from nature. Actually, these 3 ways don't take any time at all. They are shifts in your perspective that I invite you to consider adopting. The first way to overcome feeling separate from nature is to be open-minded to the idea that trees and plants are alive. I'll say that again. Trees and plants are alive. Does that statement seem true to you, or do you have some difficulty with it? If you're not sure whether you believe it or not, that's okay. I'll only ask that you be open-minded to the possibility. So here's a little background. Here's why you might not be open to that idea that trees and plants are alive. For centuries, Western culture's belief systems have said that nature should be exploited and, quote, tortured for her secrets, unquote. Well, that statement was made by a philosopher, Francis Bacon, in the 1600s. He is credited with being influential throughout the scientific revolution. Well, we all know that much good has come to humanity from the scientific revolution. But during its development, and even now, much harm has come to nature. You see, it was assumed that nature beings were not alive and that they didn't possess consciousness. The devaluation of nature and the assumption that scientific observation is the only valid approach to research has limited many people's potential for expanding their sensory awareness and allowing for intuitive perception. You yourself may have been limited earlier in life by a structure of beliefs handed down over the centuries which put humanity above all else and devalued nature beings. Well, an awakening to spirit in all life has started to spread in Western culture since the 1930s. For more information about this cultural shift that we're all going through in humanity's perspectives, please read Chapter 4 of Dr. Edmund Bourne's book, Global Shift. He quotes scientific proof and provides amazing insight into what's in store for humanity in the future, based on the last 90 or so years of cultural progress and trends. It's very hopeful. It's one of my favorite books. So to summarize the first idea, have an open mind that trees, plants, crops, forests, and all nature beings are, in fact, alive. They have their own consciousness. And in the first free MP3 guided visualizations I lead you through, you can use your imagination to feel as if you are in the tree's place, in the tree's world, that you have roots in the ground and leaves in the air, and do something we call be the tree. You can get the MP3 by clicking on the link in the description area below. So the second way to overcome feeling separate from nature is to be willing to listen or observe trees and nature. Well, let me ask you, how many times have you stopped the car on the pull-off to look at some scenic area or beautiful sight? And was it your default reaction to pull out your phone, take a quick picture or a selfie, and then jump back in the car? Well, what did you miss? You missed the opportunity to listen or observe. Listening or observing trees in nature begins with a deep breath and a pause. Here's a metaphor. You can tune in to nature's wisdom as if you were a big cell phone getting signal from the tower, or as if you were using a radio dial and tuning it up. See, you are a receiver. You can get information through your senses, such as seeing, hearing, or touching. And you can also get information through your inner knowing or intuition. So when you jump out of the car to see a lovely vista, all those trees and plants have information for you, if you will just listen or carefully observe them. And in the second free MP3 that I lead you through, you'll imagine that you and the tree or plant are transmitting and receiving information from each other. I call it a transmitting and receiving cycle. The guided visualization is a valuable gift that you can get by clicking on the link in the description area below. Okay, so now the third way to overcome feeling separate from nature is to be heart-centered. Well, what do I mean by being heart-centered? Usually people think of the heart as a source of love, and it is. But do I also mean the physical organ beating in your chest? Well, yes, I do. See, the Heart Math Institute has done scientific research into the human heart's capabilities, not only as a pump of blood, but more importantly, as the generator of an electrical bioenergy field. In their research, Heart Math Institute scientists have measured people's bioenergy fields, which are generated by their hearts, out to several feet away from their physical bodies. Go to heartmath.org for mountains of information about this very ordinary organ with a very extraordinary capability, not only to generate a bioenergy field, but also to feel connected with others, including with the plant kingdom. So how do you know if you are being heart-centered, especially if you're a very logical person? Well, the heart operates with its own kind of logic, which is nonlinear. Its logic has to do with your values. For example, do you value the sacredness of life, even plant life? If you do, you can be connected to a tree or plant through your value for its life, as well as through your heart-based expansion of your bioenergy field. So being heart-centered will open you to new possibilities, such as sharing an extraordinary experience of connection with the bioenergy or life force of a tree or any kind of plant. And of course, that is often called love. You can enjoy that experience of heart-based connection in the third guided visualization exercise that is free by clicking on the link in the description area below. I call this third exercise a heart-based bioenergy connection cycle. In it, you will imagine breathing in and out with your tree or plant. It's that simple. So let me review the 3 ways, not just to overcome separation, but to enhance feelings of connection. The first, enhance connection by being open-minded to the idea that trees and plants of all kinds are alive. In your open-mindedness, you value them as living beings with consciousness. 2, enhance connection by being willing to listen or observe. You pause and breathe in order to observe trees and plants as living beings. How do you observe them? By expanding your own abilities to tune in using your physical senses and your intuition. And 3, the third way to enhance connection with nature is to be heart-centered. In other words, knowing that your heart produces a bioenergy field which can overlap with the bioenergy fields of trees and plants. And knowing that you can experience a profound sense of connection when you value their lives or acknowledge your love for them. Well, I hope that you will take advantage of the 3 free guided visualization exercises available when you click on the link in the description area below. And I hope that you will consider taking an introductory class or becoming a student at our online BioBalia Institute School. BioBalia means biology in balance, and that's what we're all about. If you like these valuable free gifts, you will really like the course called The Basic 5-Step Connection Process Experience. It's a bit longer guided visualization exercise that will get you more deeply connected with nature and open up the possibilities of mutual exchanges between you and your trees or plants. It also includes bonus videos of me leading demonstrations of connecting. In other words, I show you how easy and quick it can be. You'll open to new possibilities in your life, and you'll find hope, even certainty of a positive future on a livable planet for you and your loved ones. I'm Basia Alexander. Thank you for watching.